The stage. Ryan is coming up now.
In dedication to Kellyanne Conway. Alternative facts for the things that I have broken. AKA, the first thing I remember fixing was my mother's window. Now, most children fix windows with either a baseball or a basketball, but I, being the bougie motherfucker that I am, was practicing tennis against the side of a garage wall. Now, I think the score was love 40 in the first set when my first serve fixed a hole right through the first pane of a double pane window. Now, I know what most of you would say. Ryan, you broke your mother's window, but fuck you. No one asked for your opinion. Hashtag alternative facts. Fast forward, the next thing I remember fixing, was a condom in a blizzard. Now, this is another fascinating story about holes and balls, but I'll spare you the details for the sake of time and just tell you that if you were involved in a four-legged relay to buy Plan B in a blizzard, you might just want to recruit me. Rewind. First thing I remember fixing was my relationship with my father. Now, my birth is another complicated story about holes and balls, but I'll spare you the details for the sake of time and just tell you that if you were to stand us side by side, I start to look like the holes in his reflection, the parts I've stolen away from him. Now, I know what most of you would say. Ryan, you broke your father into pieces, but fuck you. No one asked for your opinion. Rewind. To clarify, my father is the best imaginary friend that no one ever asked for. Rewind. My friends always ask me why I have such a large obsession with magic. I tell them it's because my father was the most amazing disappearing act when I needed him most, and I've always wondered why that trick seems so easy for him to pull off. Rewind. To clarify, my father's favorite color is his favorite song is his favorite TV show is his most embarrassing memory. Fast forward, the last thing I remember fixing was my relationship with my father. He showed up late to my graduation. Opted to sit in the overflow seating even though he had a ticket for the auditorium, thought that maybe he'd want to see me in person for once, was tired of maintaining our relationship over screens like we had been doing for years, but you know, expectations. I have this picture of me and my father standing side by side after the ceremony. Now, if you look at me closely enough, I start to look like the holes in his reflection, the parts of him he gave up for me. Now, the caption of this photo is, "This is the first time he said he's proud of me in the last 10 years. Funny how you remember small shit like that on days when it shouldn't matter. Fuck. This piece was never supposed to be about him, but I'll fix it. Hold on, I'm sorry. Facts for the things that I need to fix. AKA my feelings toward my father. Fuck. Have you ever heard the story of Prometheus? Long story short, Prometheus, a titan, stole fire from Olympus and delivered it to the humans below. After being discovered, Prometheus was chained to a rock by Zeus, the cosmic asshole, to have his insides ripped out by an eagle every day for the rest of eternity. These are my feelings about my father. Torn out like eagle claw through abdomen whenever I pick up the pen. I can't fix it. I've tried. There's just some shit that's just too hard to break through. Some shit that's just too broken to fix. So instead, I'll give y'all the alternative facts. AKA, the last thing I remember fixing was my relationship with my father. He said, "I love you" before we got off the phone. I didn't doubt him once.
Ryan Jones, all right, coming out of the gate. Hold him up. Okay, judges, that's good.